Good evening, Poke Fam, and welcome to another Jason Chat. That's right, we're going to sit down and rip some packs tonight, just have a quick talk. And not only that, I got a product to unbox today, a new one that just came out. Don't worry, it's not a review, it's just an unboxing. We'll get to the review later. Pokesun's going to help me with that. So we'll see how this product turns out as well. So, what are we opening and what are we going to review down the road? Well, we're opening another Clara box because the price of these have hit like rock bottom. Anywhere from $49 to $39. And actually, I bought a bunch of these and even got some on free because I bought so many. So we're going to be ripping this open today for packs. And the product we're going to look into is actually the new Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Yes, you heard me right. It's the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. Because they already had a Pokemon Go Plus. It was a little bracelet that was like an upside down teardrop that kind of looked like a Pokeball. And they also had the Pokeball itself years ago, back when Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee came out. So you had a little Pokeball for Nintendo Switch, and then you had the Plus to put on your bracelet for Pokemon Go. But this product right here is even more in depth. It's actually supposed to track your sleep. There's actually another app that just launched with it, Pokemon Sleep, to track habits and all that and help you catch Pokemon while you sleep if you have good sleeps. On top of that, you can apparently get a Snorlax with a sleeping cap on it if you do proper research through this app as well. So we'll see how that goes. Now, on top of that, we're opening this because there's some awesome packs in here. So let's crack into this right away so we can get to these packs and start talking. As you all know, you've all seen everything under this before. If you watched my last video, well, you've seen it there too. So, beautiful little trainer, some sleeve, dice, cracked ice, coin, a deck box with a whole bunch of packs in it. So, let's dive into all of this. And I don't want to put that much right because, well, Fusion Strike is just Fusion Strike. So, what has been going on in the Pokemon world as of late? Well, as of late, 151 is still there. 151 is still running amok. People are losing their minds for it. They're paying $20 Canadian plus for a pack, which personally for me, I think is just too much. We've seen a lot of cards come out already. We've seen cards at high value and start losing value pretty fast. So the first adapters to that, well, they're seeing their profits disappear, unfortunately. 151 in English, pre-orders came out. People are now scalping pre-orders. I was not an adopter of the first pre-order. All right, didn't even try. I knew what happened and all that stuff. Did I want to get it? Yeah, and I looked into it, but I didn't try at the end of the day. I can tell you right now, I picked up more pre-orders for MSRP. Just by waiting, I was able to grab some. I didn't have to go try and buy off scalpers for 3 times the price. I was able to get a regular ATB. I was able to get the UPC coming out as well. So don't worry, you're not missing out. Even with 151 Japanese, the prices are coming down pretty fast. So should you be paying more? No. Wait a little bit longer. Trust me, prices are going to come down, and you're going to be able to get that set pretty easy, I think. As for English as well, don't worry about it. We've seen it with the Charizard UPZ. People paying 2-3 times the price. You can pick them up for lower than MSRP. You could pick them. I've seen them for 150, 140 Canadian. Remember, MSRP is 155. They were made en masse. And Charizard being the pusher, like they really push that. Now look, like stores have trouble moving it. So should we be rushing to get that? No, I don't think we should. And speaking of Charizard, you've probably seen the release of the new Charizard, or the Terra Charizard, the new Pokemon style of Scarlet and Violet came out. If you pay attention to it, you notice that it wasn't just a full art of that. It was actually a special art, an art rare. And a lot of people, kind of perked up and seen that about City in Flames. But with that, and with 151, Charizard being there, we are actually seeing something different happening now. A lot of people have talked about it for a bit, Danny Phantom especially, and it's just buyer fatigue. And I think that's what's happening. Obsidian Flames did get ignored right off the bat. Like, Obsidian Flames was starting to come out, people were starting to talk about it, then the announcement of 151 Japan shut everything down. Right? Nobody cared about Obsidian Flames. To the point where they plainly released this card before it was even released in Japan. Right? And that's very unheard of. Because normally the Japanese get things released first, and we find sneak peeks through them first. So the fact to throw this card out in English was a really different step for Pokemon to go that way. Finally, black card. Why did they do that? Because I think buyer fatigue is setting in, plain and simple, and they need to get people on the bandwagon. And Charizard, yes, is a great seller, but there's only so much you can buy. There's only so much money for each collector to go around, and we can't buy everything. And Obsidian Flames was going to be, I think, a great set before 151 was announced. It was announced, and it just blew Obsidian Flames out of the water before Obsidian Flames even got a chance. And with that, we're seeing them pushing 150 or Obsidian Flames a little more, sneak peeks releasing, but is it getting people back to Obsidian Flames? No, people are still focused on 151. And on top of that, we're seeing prices being fairly reduced in other sets. Alt arts, we are seeing, that is off center. We are seeing prices drastically dropping. Case in point, the alt art Charizard from Brilliant Stars. There's so much Charizard out there that this price is actually dropping. This was a really nice card. Going for $600, $700, $800 in PSA 10, $200 to $250 raw. I'm seeing as low as $130 raw now. $350 to $400 for a PSA 10. It's a great card. It's a great artwork. But there's just so much that people now have to pick and choose which ones they really want. It's not just the one chaser anymore. It's just, what can I afford to get now? Yes, I would love to have them all. Yes, they'd be amazing to get. But can I get them at the end of the day? You know, Japan 151 with the Master Ball. I love trying to complete full sets. If the Master Ball came to the English side, I would not be able to get all those Master Ball reverse hollows. It would just make it infeasible for me to be able to complete that set at the end of the day. I just have to give up. And rumor is that it's not coming to the English side. Maybe they've seen that as, this is a cool hit, but maybe we want to look too hard on this and we can't put this all because people just can't compete now and they're not going to get it. Like the prices of the Master Ball were insane. A Pikachu Master Ball reverse just a week or two ago went for over $500 American. That's just a Master Ball reverse. $500 American? It's come back down. I've seen them going for now $350 to $400 again, but still $500 American. The average collector just can't compete with that. They can't get that in their hands. It's a card that has now become unattainable. Before all this, the unattainable card was the Moonbreon. One card. Like out of all these sets when we went through earlier Scarlet or Sword and Shield, a lot of the other cards are attainable, like the Vivid Voltage Shonkachu. It's still $150, $200. It's still pullable. You can still buy Vivid Voltage. You can't get Evolving Skies right now at a fair price. So even trying to get Evolving Skies to open for the Moonbreon is almost impossible. Buying the Moonbreon is almost impossible. So that was fine because it was one card. But now when many cards are just unattainable, it's just getting to be too much, unfortunately. And I hope Pokemon sees that and dials it in. Now, I'm not saying the Master Ball is coming to America. You know what? It was a cool thing. I'm fine with that. I'm actually fine with that. I would even be fine saying, no, you know what? There's only 3 Master Ball reverse hollows. Great. Much more attainable. Much more easier to get. But having everyone be in a Master Ball, I just would stop doing Master Sets, unfortunately. And that would take me out of that part of the collecting. So I wouldn't be buying as much now. And my money wouldn't be going to that. So could it be going to something else? Yes, it could. So hopefully, Pokemon, if you're listening, products are great. Just dial it back a little. There's other Pokemon who could get a shot at a nice card. Instead of just constantly Charizard filtering the market, making these cards unattainable. And hopefully they'll find their balance. I think Crown Zenith was a great balance. There's a lot of arts. They weren't that hard to pull. So you could pick and choose exactly what you want. And those few hard ones like the golds were still out there and still obtainable. They are right now. I can go and buy one for about $150. I pulled 3 of the 4. So the 4th one, you know what? If I had to just go and buy for $150, hey, fine. Instead of chasing it for so long. Going out and getting the Moonbryon, it's probably never going to happen for me, unfortunately. So, with that, let us look at this new Pokemon Go Plus. Come on, names. Come on. Plus. All right, well, let's dive into this and have a quick look at this before I call it a night and see what this looks like. Because I haven't even opened this yet, so I do not know what it really looks like in hand, how big it is, or what. All right. Wow, we have a nice little design box with Pikachu sound asleep and yawning and all over the place. Not too bad. Let's pop this out. We have a nice starry sky kind of thing. Almost. Looks like kind of like the backing of the hollow. It's nice. All right, extra packaging. We got this as well that I just now turned on. That's what that looks like. Now, apparently, there is a Pikachu in there. It may be dead, but if so, we'll give it a quick charge, and you guys can have a look at that before I call it a night as well. All right, we got a zip tie, a clothespin. Interesting. Clips onto there, I assume. So, oh, it's a magnetic, so we can clip it to like a bed or something like that. And of course, we have our instructions. All right. Battery leakage and all that good stuff just shows you how to charge it, although there's no charging brick, but I probably have your own. And that is in another language, so one quick look at this, shall we? That's what it looks like. All right. Well, through the power of magic, I'll be right back after I charge this up so you guys can see what it does. All right, I am back. Now, I have this all paired up, and they're asking me to do a testing right away, so we're going to try this and see how we test. So they're asking me to hit the main button first. So there is Pikachu singing a lullaby. By stopping it, we just hold down the button again. All right, now a test alarm will come up. So that's the alarm to wake up in the morning for the morning you actually, or the time you set in the morning. And there, the sleep test is done. All right. So as you can see on the phone, there's sleeping Pika or sleeping Snorlax. Apparently, get one of these. There's the Pikachu helper. You can have friends. You can set your bedtime. There's Pokemon Go Plus that we set up. Sleep tutorials there. Got to sleep for at least 90 minutes. You can sleep twice a day. So those are the basics. So we're going to review this later on, and we're going to get back to everybody to see how well this works and how much PokeSun likes this, because this also pairs up with Pokemon Go. So it can throw regular balls, Master Balls, or it can throw, Ultra Balls, Premium Balls, and your Master Balls and stuff like that as well. And I can spin Pokestops and all that stuff like the Pokemon Go Plus could as well. You set it for automatic and all that stuff. So we're going to test it out. We're going to let you all know how well it works. Until then, hopefully you enjoyed it tonight. We had a quick little chat. We seen a new product, something new I'm going to try. I'm going to see if I can do more product stuff on this channel as well down the road. So until then, this is Pokédad saying, get your sleep, because apparently now you can catch Pokemon while sleeping. Have a great night, everybody.